Got a little visitor to the greenhouse. Help us control the bugs. Good morning. Welcome back to the garden. Happy Easter. I was thinking about it. What better way to represent Easter than sweet potatoes? How's that, you say? Well, what is dead is risen. Let's go ahead and pot up some of these sweet potato slips. We went through just the other day and took the very last of the small ones. Just cut the tips off, put them in the little containers of water. Look how nice these have rooted. But now we need to get them in some containers. As always, these slips break off real easy. You still have your roots right there. And you take your container. And remember, this whole thing will root, so it doesn't matter exactly how deep you plant it. A little soil back in around it, center it up. Now, I was asked the other day whether or not it really mattered if we up-potted them. You know, I've had pretty good success with pretty good sized sweet potatoes. And I believe it's because we allowed the roots to get pretty established before we went ahead and put them in the ground. You can do this too. If you want to know how to grow sweet potatoes this big, the ones that had the established roots made better potatoes than the ones that were just planted without any kind of roots on them at all. So I'm going to stick with what's worked for us. Now, while we're waiting for it to warm up enough to plant the tomatoes out in the garden, what better thing to do than to plant some slips? The ones we up-potted the other day are doing wonderful over here. So we'll just make sure we got a good drink on these that we just planted. I don't like to put the sweet potatoes into the garden until Memorial Day. Sweet potatoes do not like the cold at all. We still have some rooting and some more that are making slips. We'll go ahead and leave this little batch out here. See if we can't get some more good slips off of it. And look at this, we've got both kinds of green tomatoes coming up from those Baker Creek seeds. And as if we didn't have enough, we've got amaranth coming up. We'll keep tabs on everything else that we've started. It's just a little early for some of them to be sprouting. I don't know, what do you think? 10 more days? Now, adding this group to the ones that we potted up the other day, we might have a pretty decent little sweet potato patch. I want to thank all the new subscribers to this channel. There's one thing that I want to apologize for. This story's been running just a little over 3 years. You know, planting, harvesting, planting, harvesting. The deep mulch has been out there just coming on our 5th summer. And I keep forgetting not everybody's followed the entire story. So the secret behind the giant sweet potatoes oh my goodness. First is what we just did. Getting the slips into containers, letting those roots grow a little bit. And then we'll plant those straight into the ground under the mulch. So I believe the secret is a living soil underneath that mulch. I discovered this secret by accident. I didn't want to weed anymore, but I didn't want to use chemicals. So I discovered 4 inches thick or thicker of organic material will keep the weeds down. I could never get enough of any one kind. Wood chips, or hay, or leaves, or anything else to cover the entire garden. So Waylon's way is just mix it all together. And that's what I've done. And we've planted in every kind of combination, and we've had good success. So that's the secret to the giant sweet potatoes. A nice layer of mulch, 4 inches thick or thicker across your entire garden. You just pull that mulch back down this bare soil, plant in the soil like normal, put that mulch back, water it in, and here's another wonderful benefit. You don't have to water very much. And you've seen the results. But do me a favor, don't tell anybody my secret. On this glorious Easter day, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family. and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.